The build of our HiAce off-road four-wheel drive tourer camper, bit of a mouthful, begins now. And we start by doing the single most important part. We're going to draw some pictures. Well, this actually happened last year. We had this HiAce scanned inside and out. So anybody that wants to make accessories for it, are going to need to scan it. That was a fascinating watching that all happening and turning this into all of this physical shape into a digital file that people can now use CAD programs and create products. Absolutely accurate, perfect products. We had a challenge this year looking for a bull bar, and I went searching, as you do, on Google, bull bar HiAce, and I found a real cracker. And there are a few others, and they're you know. But Bus 4x4 is developing their own bull bar. Doing a bull bar really well, you think it's easy? It's not. It's not. Artists that understand do beautiful bull bars. I wish Off-Road Animal would do a bar for this, because I know they would just knock it out of the park. Work we have completed is the fitting of the engine protection plate, this one by Bus 4x4. Gearbox protection, and we are considering fitting their side steps. Another bit of experimentation was to take the HiAce to our favourite suspension guys to ask them if they thought that they could improve the ride. We are giving the HiAce a mission that is not built for the overlanding mission. The conversion to four-wheel drive, having good amount of clearance, proper four-wheel drive, means that we are now converting it to an overlander, which means that's the mission, which means we have to carry fuel, water, high payload. In standard form, the Bus 4x4 HiAce GVM is over 4 tons, which is adequate. We don't need more. The trouble is, when we're heavy, this vehicle in its standard form will be under-shocked.
Put it like that, if you can make a product for this to make it happen, you know, once this is actually out and about, people will go, we want a suspension in there.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys are the people that have the product, they'll buy that from you, because there won't be anything else.
And also, we want to see if we can fit a 33-inch wheel. It might not be possible. We are, of course, making sure that this thing is going to perform as best as possible off-road and on-road. So we need to find out, where are the limits? So the four-wheel drive builds, by and large, you take a vehicle and you look around and see what's available, and then you fit them to the vehicle and you build up the vehicle. It's not been possible with the HiAce, because every time we've gone and said, okay, well, this is what we want to do, what's available, they don't tick the boxes. So the first thing that we did find, but we've had to kind of do a few adaptations, but we found it, and that is the floor. Now, a simple thing like the floor. You would think that's easy. Not that easy, but this is available. Seats. What about putting seats? Because there are no seats in the back here. This is a 4-seater overlander. So what do we do about the seats? Well, there is a product available that is made for HiAce that is compliant. Seat belts, everything included, etc. We had to go and find it. We had to go and make sure it was going to suit our purposes. Order it. That was the easy stuff. What about the interior? Now, my idea, well, Heiner and both of our ideas was to have a living space in here, and like Troopy, when I designed that Troopy lift up, and just a caveat here, those of you who watched the video about the Troopy pop top, I wasn't claiming for an instant that I was the first one to arrive at the idea of cutting open a roof and putting in a pop top. They'd been around for decades. What I had done is I had said the bed can be removed with the mattress, with the sleeping blankets, pillows, etc., and completely removed from the living area. That is the magic of these Troopy conversions. Incredibly quick to pitch and close down, and the bed is removable. So I wanted the same for HiAce. There was nothing available. Nada, zero. We even went to America. We saw something that was kind of close. Heiner and I, this was in 2023, went to the big expo. I think we can do it far better use of space.
Yes.
Because now you've put this roof cotton and you've filled it with mattresses. It just doesn't feel very clever. It was enlightening, and there are a few things that I think that we did see that we might be able to use here. There's a table with a fold-away table, a few things like that.
We've got if GVM really isn't a problem, hey?
It's really hard.
If I look at this, the finish is fantastic in this roof conversion.
Yeah.
It's full height.
I wouldn't do floors. Cabinetry, countertops.
It is a nice finish.
It is a very nice finish.
Well, we have
And being full length
we call it stiletto.
changes everything. If you could do a full length, why would you do half length?
Yeah.
Full length with which? Make it as big as possible.
We're at it bottom.
If you got a bed in the back, you don't necessarily need all the height there. If you just got one that pulls up in the front.
That would be sufficient. It would actually. Fixed bed. Oh, we don't have this height. You stand in this part. This is the part that you stand in. So you need the maximum height. That's the part that you sleep in, so you don't need that much height. Oh, it's a climb up. That's the bed. That's a four. It's a
there's another bed there.
There's another bed. It's a 4-sleeper. We don't have this height, but we do have probably 2/3 of this length.
This area here is a bit of a wasted space, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's...
That was better in the other
I think it
one
was.
that we saw.
I think it
But look at it, it's also...
So we had to develop it ourselves. So, first thing we did is we went to... spoiler here, I'm sure they won't mind at this time, a bit premature. Headspace. The guys at Headspace, and we said, how about it? They got so excited that they immediately bought a HiAce Rec, where the roof was still in good shape, to build a mock-up, and then they went and bought a HiAce proper, had it converted to 4-wheel drive, and we will be receiving, and they sent me a few little clips, and it was difficult to see what they were doing, but I could tell they had listened to us. But at the end of the day, it's their design, it's not my design.
We've also got ADR 29, which is our side impact. So we'll do some deflection testing for that, like we did for the Troopy.
It's just my prompting that has help them come to from what I have seen, will be exactly what I think will work brilliantly in this vehicle.
So we're going to cut from this point all the way to the back of the vehicle, taking out all these support beams, which are still quite serious beams. So taking those out, which will be putting the strength back in.
They are doing that, and we will get the very first production model roof conversion, which will probably be the next video in this series, this van series.
So this piece here, we laser cut this directly off the 3D model that you provided us. We just wanted to make sure that it was going to work for scale reasons. As you can see here, it's like the perfect curvature. There's a fair bit of curve in the roof. So that's not the design of the conversion, but it allows us to maximize the length of the conversion and also work with the sort of curve configuration of the HiAce.
Our air pump, for example. Now Hannah and I had a look at an air pump, because we're not fitting a 12 volt air pump. We've got 48 volts to work with. Not only have we got 48 volts to work with, we have, because we've got such an abundance of storage, we have an abundance of AC power.
Behold, the new era of compressors in cars with really big power systems where 240 volt isn't an issue. Because why would you use a DC compressor that is really expensive and limited in power when you can have a 240 volt compressor? Look, that is all it is. This is a 1.5 horsepower compressor. This is like having a triple piston ARB compressor basically. Plus you can split this, mount the tank somewhere else. So we're gonna experiment with this and see how good it actually works when you install one of these in a vehicle, rather than what we've done for years and years and years, use a DC compressor.
240 volt compressor. Why not?
And I've got something else that is really cool. I've found a hose reel.
I'll tell you something, I've always wanted my vehicle to have a hose reel so I can just pull it out and work, and then it'll automatically recoil. But it has to be compact, particularly with a troopy. There's no space to spare. Let's see what he's got.
I found one with quite a thin, highly flexible little hose, 10 meters on it. So, you know, inflating around the car will be very easy. And nitto fittings, not, you know, the ARB fittings where nothing fits. So when you got that in the car, want to use a rattle gun, want to use, you know, you can use air tools. Easy, that is good enough to run air tools.
For a similar size, we can increase the, probably not, I wouldn't say double the wattage, certainly half again as much wattage out of a compressor at half the price. We'll deflate a tire and then reinflate it, but we'll use the car's inverter, because why not?
Ah, that's right, you've already got
Absolutely, absolutely.
Nice.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
Yeah,
It is on.
it's an oil-free quiet compressor. You know, we could still have a conversation right next to it.
Right next to it. We could actually have a conversation right here next to the compressor. Try that with an ARB or a pink thumper. I'm going to take it down to 10 psi. It's at 15. And then we're going to pump it up to 40 psi.
Do you want to get a stopwatch out? You can use your cool watch.
Yeah, it'll be good enough.
All right, I'll pump it up to 40 psi, hey?
Okay, go.
I mean, we've got a 12-liter tank there as well, which is definitely doing some of the work. What do you think? How long is this going to take with an ARB compressor?
No idea.
We have 30 now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's healthy.
40.
2 minutes. How hot is it? Given we've only done one tyre.
It says not to touch it, but you can still touch it.
Well, why do we have to go 12 volt now? We've got this abundance of 220 to 240 and an abundance of DC current for power, 48 volts, an abundance. Why not up the voltage of everything? Higher voltage works. I don't know, I did a test the other day. We need to find a solar panel to put on the top. Trouble is, if we're now charging a 48 volt battery system, we can't use a standard. I mean, a standard panel, it runs at 25 volts. It's not unusual. Okay, so if we use a standard panel, we'd have to run it in series. That's 50 volts. That's only 2 volts above 48 volts. This is a problem also because, I mean, for example, if I wanted to plug in my 300 watt Red Arc solar blanket into the system, the open circuit voltage gives me as 20 volts. So even if I wired 2 of these up in series and doubled the voltage, I would not get sufficient voltage to charge the batteries. So I cannot use these blankets. So we've been trying some high voltage panels and we have come up with some very interesting results. That is a separate video about solar and solar charging and voltages. And we went away for the weekend and it was very hot, very sunny, and we measured and compared solar panels of low voltage, standard voltage, and then higher voltage, etc. And we arrived at some very, very interesting conclusions. That's a separate video. What I'm doing now is I'm going to go and see Sean from Mission 4x4. You know, he does that lovely gull wings and stuff for troop carriers. And I said to him, well, there's an opportunity here. Oh, and I have a present, a gift for Sean.
We will fabricate a going window with a clamp system, because the back of this panel, it's kind of similar with the troopy, so the clamp system will work perfectly here. So there will be no drilling required except the cutting of the panel.
So my idea was this. We put the load rails on this side, but the kitchen is going to happen on the other side. So we have our Maxtrax table this side, from here, forward here. Yeah, Maxtrax table that side.
This is the bracket of the Maxtrax table. You can go over the wheel arch as well. So if we
no reason why not.
There,
no reason why not.
Look at that, straight. Maxtrax table will work perfectly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do you have a kitchen table that you fit on the 76?
Yes, I show you.
Let's see if it will fit on the door.
It will fit on the door. I have a smaller version table. If this works, you can have this one. It's this one got scratched in shipping. All I have to do, just get it repowder coated. And that,
perfect.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
And
could not be better.
Yep, that will work.
Yes.
So we can adapt that to
Yes.
suit the door.
Yes.
I want one. This is very comfortable. I like that. I like this. And you know, the position of the steering, the seats, the way it is, the clearance in front of you, the dash. Look at that.
Happy Christmas.
Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Look at it. Those are your accessories. The Mole panel windows.
Oh, wow.
The Maxtrax table.
I'm not sure. Should I give you a hug?
Those are your products.
Thank you, Andrew.
They didn't even copy mine, which really pissed me off. They copied yours.
Yeah, because they are the best.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just leave it there.